is there any other? Have we covered them all?
I think we didn't cover the biggest one. Most important
The
one.
rollbacks?
The most discrimination.
Oh.
Credit cards.
Oh,
yeah.
Facts.
Right? So I was waiting to ask you about credit cards because I find that almost everyone, look, even lawyers, doctors, there's people, things are expensive in New York City.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody works check to check, job to job, task to task, right? So most people bridge the gap with a credit card.
yeah.
You have an arrest, unforeseen, ideally unforeseen,
Yeah.
right? Why is there such a huge refusal to accept credit cards?
I don't know. I mean, we have some credit card cases, and then when you pay it, it's like they take small increments. Like you gotta make all these transactions just to get $5,000.
What do you mean?
Like
they won't charge you all at once.
like 500 at a time or something like that. And you
Really?
gotta
Why?
I don't know why the
I
system
think
is
their
set up
system
like
is
that.
very like antiquated, as is all I feel like government, New York City
So, yeah.
government system.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we had a client that had to do like 10 transactions just to make $5,000 cash on a credit card.
Wow.
So
That's wild.
but we don't see credit cards a lot, but it, in instances that we do see it,
It's weird that like credit cards has to be because they're required to put 3.
Yeah.
It's wild that because they're required to put 3, even though they could put more than 3, as a defense attorney, I'm gambling by saying, hey, are you gonna actually get the credit card, or should I keep partially secured as that third option? Because they might not accept both. Like it's one or the other. Like you're kind of arguing like one or the other way. It's like, look, they're gonna pay 10%, but when they come, they might have a debit card, they might have a credit card. Like who the fuck knows what they're gonna have? Like,
Yeah.
like why are you making it complicated? It should be automatic for both.
Exactly right. You can't use your debit card. So somebody gets bail set at 11 o'clock at night, bank is closed.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you can't.
Right?
You gotta. It's straight hard cash.
Yeah, you gotta-
I guess
like-
what other forms?
It's
Cash.
cash.
Money
Some
order?
courts accept money order. But yeah, it's basically cash or money order, depending on the court. Cash is accepted everywhere. Money order is only certain courts.
But that's at arraignments, right? Because once they're in Rikers, I feel like every time I look up my client on Inmate Lookup, it's like pay the bail, and it's like a little button you can press. I don't know what that button
Yeah,
is.
so it's that has been down for the past few months. I'm actually not sure if it's back. DOC told us that they were updating their system because you used to be able to pay online.
I'm assuming online it's a debit card.
Yeah, but they said they were switching systems or switching providers, so they took it down. I'm not sure if it's back yet.
And when it was up, if you could use a debit card, could you also use a credit card, or you couldn't use a credit card?
That's usually a court order. Like that's part of the court securing order.
The credit card, you have to actually have the judge mark it as like credit card
pay.
allowed.
That's one of the things, right? Like a judge has to do it, and you can ask. They won't allow you to pay the cash bill with your credit card or your debit card. People don't have cash on them.
Yeah.
You know what they have? They have their debit card.
Yeah.
And you set $1,000 cash bill, $2,500 cash bill. Somebody might have that, even if they are indigent, but they might be good at saving their money.
Yeah.
Maybe they got paid that day.
Yeah.
They haven't paid their rent yet, right?
Yeah.
But yeah,
But you're gonna send them to jail rather than let them swipe their card.
I mean, when I first, like in 2019, when I first got to the Decarceration Project, there was a client. He had saved up like a substantial amount of money, and his bail was a certain amount. And so what I did was I went to his bank, got their what is gives you permission to power of attorney. Yeah. So I got the document from them. I asked their manager what's the process. He was like, all you gotta do is get it filled out, get it signed by the client, and we were able to. He gave it to like a family friend that he was living with, and we talking about like a substantial amount of money, like $30,000, and they did what they had to do.
What's crazy to me is that I find insane is that you need friends to get out of jail.
Yeah.
That's
Friends or family.
Crazy
Friends or family.
ass reality that we live in, where it's like
spouse,
like if you let's say you got money and you got no one that loves you, but you got money, like once you're in, you can't just swipe it on the inside or do like a transaction. Like, hey, let me just log into my Citibank. What's your like routing number? Like, I will send it to you. Like, you can't do that. That's
you need people to
insane.
make moves.
Well, this has happened, right? So when I do a surrender, right? Most of my arrangements happen when detectives call somebody and I have to arrange a surrender, and we go in the morning, and usually my clients give me their stuff because I'll be meeting them that afternoon to get them out. One time I go to a surrender and the DA's office asked for bail, and we had this judge who set bail. The case was, I told the judge, I was like, Judge, there's no evidence, I have proof that this didn't happen. Judge didn't care to set bail.
This is federal or criminal?
Criminal, state. This is state. It's Kings County. It's 12:30 at night. They're about to close the court. I go, Judge, no problem. They set the bail. I said, can we have a credit card alternative? They said, okay, sure. I go, great. The guy had a credit card. The credit card was $3,500. I said, he can pay it right now. I have his card. Can he go pay? And he goes, no. Somebody has to come and pay it with a credit card for him.
Yeah.
They wouldn't let the man swipe his card at the window.
It's fucking disgusting.
They refused to escort him to the window to swipe his card.
Yeah.
And so I had to call his mother in the middle of the night, ask her if she could rush before the court closed to swipe the card. He had to spend the night in jail because they wouldn't let him swipe a credit card.
Did she end up swiping his card or her card?
She had to swipe her card. Because
Her card.
I don't have power of attorney. I don't have time to actually.
Yeah, you gotta do all that.
Yeah.
They're not going to accept the credit card from me, even with his permission. Even with him in court, I was like, Judge, can I? Since he's standing right here, and I'm here, and I have his credit card, can he tell you that it's okay for me to swipe his card? No.
But that gets dicey because a lot of times, like, even with that big amount of money, they wanted me to handle it. But as a public defender, I would be reluctant to handle anybody's money or credit card.
Yeah, I'm talking about permission on a court record and a court transcript.
Yeah,
Not talking about
I get
like
it.
me having a conversation on the side and swiping.
I'm going to H&M real fast. I'll be back.
You don't.
But I guess,
You don't know parts of
what
that.
is that? Because, like, this is all practice, right? Like, this is, like, cracks in the system. Because you would think, yeah, I'm arrested. I don't know nobody. Fucking, like, whatever. Like, fucking, my family died in a car. I don't fucking know. I don't know nobody.
Yeah.
Like, why do I have to not? Why can't I pay? Like, it's bail. It's on my life. Why can't I use my own money to get out? Like, is it purely, like, is there anything in the statute, like, kind of addressing it? Or is it purely just practice? And can that be fixed?
Yeah, I mean, so there is like, for bonds, there is a special type of bond called an appearance bond, where that is basically, instead of a sureter, like a family member being the sureter, it's like you are your own sureter. Okay. So like for appearance bonds, that's a thing, but for cash bail, like there's no reason in the statute why somebody couldn't pay their own cash bail. It's called bail regardless of who pays it. It's not like surety bond versus appearance bond where like it depends on who's paying it. Like cash bail is just cash bail. So I mean, yeah, that feels very much like just a OCA, DOC, like issue with like not wanting to transport people or escort people to bail windows, something that very easily is fixed. Yeah.